You don't lack discipline. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're just fighting the wrong enemy. And that mistake is quietly draining your life every single day. Let me show you what I mean. We've been told the same story our whole lives. If you were disciplined enough, you'd succeed. If you really wanted it, you'd show up. If you fail, it's your fault. So when things fall apart, you turn on yourself. You say things like, "I just don't have willpower. I can't stay consistent. Something is wrong with me." But here's the truth nobody tells you. Discipline isn't the problem, because if it was, you wouldn't be disciplined at some things and completely stuck at others. You can binge a series for 6 hours straight, scroll for hours without stopping, show up for responsibilities you don't even like. That takes discipline. So why does it disappear the moment you try to improve your life? That's where the real enemy shows up, and it's not what you think. You think you're fighting laziness. You're not. You think you're fighting procrastination. You're not. You're fighting friction, invisible resistance, mental weight, emotional overload. Modern life is built to exhaust your decision-making before you ever reach your goals. By the time you sit down to work, your brain is already tired. Not because you did too much, but because you decided too much. What to watch, what to reply, what to ignore, what to compare yourself to. Every scroll, every notification, every open tab. They don't steal your time, they steal your clarity. And discipline dies in chaos. But there's something even deeper happening. Think of discipline like a muscle. Everyone says, just push harder. But what if the muscle isn't weak? What if it's overworked? You're asking your brain to focus deeply, resist dopamine, stay consistent, plan long-term, all while it's under constant stimulation. That's like asking someone to run a marathon after keeping them awake for 3 days straight. No wonder you quit. No wonder you feel stuck. No wonder discipline feels fake. You're not failing because you don't try. You're failing because you're trying inside the wrong environment. And this is where most people make the biggest mistake. Why just be disciplined doesn't work. Motivation videos scream at you. Wake up early. Stop being weak. Do the hard things. Sounds powerful. Feels good for 10 minutes. Then reality hits. Because discipline doesn't work when your environment is hostile, your energy is drained, your mind is overstimulated. That's why people keep restarting. Monday motivation, day one again, new routine, new notebook, same outcome. Not because they're broken, but because they're fighting the symptom, not the system. So let's flip the strategy. The shift that changes everything. Instead of asking, how do I become more disciplined? Ask this, what is making discipline hard right now? Because once you remove friction, discipline becomes automatic. Here's what that looks like in real life. You don't force yourself to focus. You remove distractions. You don't rely on motivation. You lower the starting point. You don't argue with your mind. You design around it. Discipline isn't about control. It's about alignment. And when alignment happens, consistency feels natural. But there's one final trap most people fall into, and if you miss this, nothing sticks. The final enemy is identity. You don't fail because of bad habits. You fail because your identity hasn't caught up yet. You still see yourself as someone who tries, someone who struggles, someone who starts and stops. So every action feels forced. Discipline becomes a fight because it's fighting who you think you are. But the moment you shift identity from "I need discipline" to "this is just what I do," everything changes. No drama, no hype, no motivation speeches, just quiet consistency. So no, you don't lack discipline. You lack a system that supports the life you want. Fix the environment, reduce the friction, change the identity, and discipline stops being a battle. It becomes a side effect. The real question is this: what are you still blaming yourself for that was never your fault to begin with? Think about that.